WBC International Silver Bantamweight Champion Charlie Edwards, brother of Sonny, joins us live. What did Charlie do recently? He took a positive step in his bid to become a two-weight world champion as he defeated the French southpaw Georges Horry on points in London last week. Charlie, you're welcome. How are you doing, mate?
Yeah, I feel on top of the world. It's so good to be back. Everything last week, I loved every second of it, every second of fight week. And putting a top quality performance, punch perfect to be fair. And it was just great to have the backing of Nissa and Calais Sowland and to be broadcasted live on Channel 5. It feels like I'm finally back, and I'm really excited to take the next steps now onto the next journey.
Yeah, it's been a frustrating time for you, Charlie, isn't it? In recent times, and now you're back to winning ways. You put in a good performance there. You got the rounds under your belt that you needed, but you have jumped up a few weights, haven't you? You're up now at super bantamweight. Is that where you plan on winning a next world title up at super bantamweight? Will you go back down again? I mean, you've come up from flyweight. Tell us what the journey is.
I'm actually at bantamweight. The last fight was at bantamweight. The one before that was up at super bantamweight. But flyweight was just a weight category that I outgrew. I probably should have never been at that category. I won a world title, so I've got to take the positives from that. Then I jumped up 2 weight divisions to bantamweight, and at the beginning, it was probably I didn't have enough time to let my my body develop and grow into the weight. It was just putting the weight on. So it was like all the dark time and all the time away from the ring, looking where I am right now and being grateful for the path and the trials and tribulation that God put in front of me. It probably was infuriatingly for the best, because it allowed to grow, it allowed me to develop and sit at a higher weight and really work on things in the gym. And also it gave me time to actually get a good team around me who I can trust. And going forward into this next stage is very important that I've got the right people around me. And but I am going to be campaigning at bantamweight. We're chasing the bantamweight world title. I'll be ranked, or I already am ranked in the WBC at bantamweight. And after the last win, I'll be pushed up again. So I'm waiting to see the next WBC ranking. But if there's a big opportunity down at super flyweight and the reward is high, would I be willing to take the risk? Could I potentially make that weight? Most probably, but I wouldn't stay there very long. I learned from my flyweight days not to kill myself at weight division anymore. Health is wealth, and it's not worth it. So I'm now at the moment campaigning at bantamweight, and there's going to be some mega fights out there, and I look forward now to pushing on and hopefully get the EBU title. Thomas Asomba, a fighter that my brother manages, is got a voluntary, so we're going to try and push for that fight. And also there's Paul Butler, my ex-gym mate, who's going to be looking to contest for the IBO world title in 3 weeks' time.
So there's huge opportunity for you out there, mate. The WBC title that you picked up last week, I mean, what does that do? Does that put you into the WBC top 15 in the rankings? I mean, tell us a little bit about that and what pathway that creates for you.
So I'm already in the. I was already ranked number 14 with the WBC. So now we'll see on probably this week or early next week where that pushed me. I think it could push me up into the top 10, which pushes me closer to Nakatani, who is probably the monster in the division right now over in Japan. It puts me in good stead to chase that. And it seems like a lot of the bantamweight division is over in Japan now. I know Jason Maloney, is fighting out there, defending his WBO world title. So really, each and everyone I'm coming for now. I'm back. I mean, business. I've got a good backing with Channel 5 and Wasserman, and the world is really my oyster. I'm looking to be active over the next year. They're gonna keep me active, fighting 4 times, and that's key for me. And if any big fight along, I've never been one to shy away from any big fight, and I would jump straight in. And like I said, the more people leave me to have more and more fights, the better I'm just going to get.
Yeah,
I hadn't had a
Charlie, I'm just going to jump in because you quite rightly say it's great to be back. It's just so good to be back. When you weren't back, I mean, this was your first fight in a year. Did you have a lengthy period of time that you had a lot of doubt? Did you said you were in a dark place? Tell us more about that. What did you endure and have to come through?
Listen, the journey's been very tough. away from the sport of boxing. I went 100% full in on myself. I actually doubled up and got more obsessed with the sport. It's true. They say what you can't have, you want more. And I just weren't getting the opportunities. I was getting lied to a lot. I'm not going to go into that in too depth. I won't leave myself in a predicament, but I was lied to and I was treated like really bad. It took me a lot to step up for myself and to start managing myself and make decisions for myself. I've always got on with a lot of people in the sport of boxing, and we finally got there. But it was very hard, very dark. I was many times I thought of giving up. My wife, Christine Edwards, has supported me through this whole time. Luckily, we had an Airbnb business to keep us afloat. I haven't earned money in 2 years, and for a man, it's hard for your wife to support you and still believe in you. And there was days I weren't believing in myself, but I made a promise to myself that I would never give in, and I'd just keep pushing and persevering to get back to where I deserve to be. And finally, that chapter is closed, and we've got a positive future looking ahead. And I'm just grateful for my wife and grateful for my daughter. She's only 3 and she doesn't really get it, but I've spent a lot of time just completely locked in and focused on trying to make this work, and it's took a lot of time, energy and my soul away, but we're finally got there. And everyone out there who are struggling and getting through dark times, just take each day at a time, just keep pushing forward, because it's inevitable that it will come back. You just got to keep believing, and everything's God's plan. And sometimes the biggest tests come to the strongest soldiers, and when you get through them tests, it's made me the person and the man I am today, and built me a character that now, in this stage of my career, I believe I'm going to push on to the highest and highest of heights and create a great legacy.
I hope so, Charlie. You deserve it. You've spoken brilliantly to us and very honestly to us this lunchtime. Listen, what about your brother, who I know better? I haven't met you, but I certainly know Sonny. He's going to face Adrian Curiel on the Estrada Rodriguez undercard over in Phoenix, Arizona on June the 29th. How's he doing?
Yeah, he's doing great. Our relationship's got much better than it's ever been. It was nice to have him at that special moment, actually in my corner with my coach, Stephen Smith. But he's in very good spirit. Looking forward to his fight. And he's back in the gym. He hasn't really left the gym. He's been training away and ticking over. But he's buzzing to get back into a proper fight. Listen, we're proper fighting men. We're 2 brothers who've come through and never shied away from a challenge against anyone. And that's why he's jumping in straight back at the deep end.
Good. Give him our best. He's your brother, but obviously you hope he wins. But it's a tough one for him, is it?
Yeah, it's a tough one. You can't say it's not. He's going over to a Mexican-dominated crowd as well, again, away soil, against a former IBF world light flyweight champion who's coming up a weight. And he's a typical Mexican. Like, he's tough, he's game, he can punch. It's going to be a tough fight. But I believe Sonny will have learned a lot from the BAM fight, and it would have pushed him up levels, and he knows what he's got to change within his style to make it like the old Sonny, where he can dance rings around people and make them miss fresh air. So I'm in full confidence in Sonny, and I'm sure he's going to shine and shine bright.
Sure, yeah, he's going into Lions Den there, mate. Coriel, he's one of those fighters, typical Mexican, comes forward, likes to work the body, likes to work the head, very tall for the weight as well. But what I love about both of you guys is you do love to travel. You're happy to go into the Lions Den. You give value for money. So credit to you both, Sonny.
Yeah, Charlie, well done. Thank you so much for joining us, and thanks for your openness and honesty. As always, Charlie Edwards doesn't hold back, does he?
No, he's great. He's a good talker, very good talker, and he's a good fighter as well. I mean, it's good to have him back because he's had his problems outside the ring, like a lot of fighters do, and that can deter them and turn them away from the sport. But he's just got on with it. He's bit down. He's come through those troubles, and it's good to get him back in the ring again. He's a great character, as is his brother Sonny as well.
Yeah,
they're
Simon,
2 very good characters.
We're told that boxers are untouchable guys. The big success stories. He's just illustrated how hard it is to keep focused and keep on track.
Well, it's also even harder down in the weight classes where the levels of finances are significantly less. But like he said, he's come through adversity. It's made him stronger as a result of it. He's got seemingly a solid base. It must have been quite challenging for him at times when he was having difficult moments watching the success that his brother was having. And it's ironic that when he's coming back and his journey is starting again, his brother's obviously lost a world title.
Yeah.
And he's now featuring on the undercard of the guy that beat him to take away his belt. But the kid speaks well, doesn't he? He speaks like a grown-up. We shouldn't be so surprised. So many of these fighters have so much substance about them that when they actually do speak, you get to hear more meaningful things than you do from other people in other sports.
Yeah, Charlie Edwards, good luck to you and good luck to Sonny when he fights again on June the 29th in Phoenix, Arizona.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.